Talk about some other news tonight. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp has signed our state's controversial voting reform bill.
But as CBS 46's Haley Mason tells us, opponents say they will not be silenced.
Georgia's sweeping voter reform bill has now been signed into law, and the lawsuits are already beginning. It's been a heated day, ending with a lawmaker being arrested inside the Capitol.
What's the problem?
Governor Brian Kemp's victory speech cut short after signing the controversial voting reform bill, SB 202. Outside the door, State Representative Park Cannon knocking to get in. Cannon is arrested and carried off by Capitol Police as protests erupt around her.
But you're going to tell me that you arrested a sitting state representative for nothing? She didn't do anything but knock on the governor's door.
The boiling point of one of the most divisive bills in recent history, set to change the voting process in Georgia. The bill passed both the House and Senate today, strictly down party lines.
Show me where there's suppression. There is no suppression in this bill.
Republicans say the bill expands voting access, touting the addition of weekend voting into law and increased ballot security.
Well, I won't repeat the many good additions to this package of election reforms that will increase accessibility.
Democrats calling it a voter suppression bill as it limits voting hours, gets rid of no excuse absentee voting, reduces the number of ballot drop boxes, only requiring one per county, and only allows ballots to be dropped off during business hours.
This isn't a partisan power grab done in response to the electoral defeat in 2020 election cycle.
And after the November election last year, I knew, like so many of you, that significant reforms to our state elections were needed.
Kemp, before ending his speech, touted his work as a former Secretary of State.
As Secretary of State, I sued the Obama Justice Department to make sure Georgia had a citizenship check before you register to vote. I led the fight to aggressively investigate all allegations of voter fraud.
The House Minority Leader James Beverly telling us this is, quote, the most egregious voter suppression bill we've seen in this millennium. He says it will now be up to the courts to decide how this moves forward. Reporting inside the state capitol, Haley Mason, CBS 46 News.